either Peter or I investing in. It's called SCNT, which takes the egg of a young, perfect woman specimen.
In the Epstein files, there is somewhere where Jeffrey Epstein is writing a letter to this revolutionary biologist. I think his name is Robert Travis, something like that. And he's talking to him about how they are intending to study the bodies of Nigerian women because they are better designed for reproduction.
As far as I'm concerned, it is interesting to me that decision was made because I feel like African American women specifically.
The reason why some of us, maybe a lot of us, aren't shocked by what's going on with the Epstein files or whatever is because, as he stated in the video, America was built off of human trafficking. America was not built by immigrants. America was built on the genocide of the natives and the enslavement of African.
It took me 40 years to realize the secret I'm about to teach you right now for free, and this one is important. So when I see things like this, I'm like, how much of it is true? How much of it is false? Then I think about all of the movies that they actually played where they hunt people. But when it comes to stuff like this, where do you stand? Do you think it's fake or do you think it's real?
Jeffrey Epstein decided that brown girls were not an option on his island.
New online discussion tied to Jeffrey Epstein and Peter Negard are raising questions about the alleged recruitment tactics of black women for their umbilical cord, eggs, placenta, and their kicks as well. Social media users are really debating what this could mean, and here in the video is the full story about it. But before we get to that, if you're seeing the video for the first time or you're coming across my channel for the first time, encourage and support me by subscribing to this channel so that other interesting stories and content like this will definitely pop up your screen. Tell me what you think about this particular video in the comment section. Like and share the video to help the channel out. You're welcome.
Or in his little alleged ring of prostitution and ex trafficking. As far as I'm concerned, it is interesting to me that decision was made because I feel like African American women specifically are preyed on as the victim in most of these trafficking ordeals. And I want to know why that decision was made. Now, logically, I also would like to know why he even felt like a whole trafficking ring was something that he should have stepped foot into. But I'm wondering, why was he so selective? And then the other thing that was rather interesting to me was that, I do understand the whole bait them while they're young, program them, and then control them. But the other thing that kind of confused me was when they aged out. However, I guess there are sick people in this world who target their interest is targeted to a certain age group, which is very disgusting regardless. But this Jeffrey Epstein situation, these files and all this other stuff, I finally did some research and I found out that he was like a money man. So he did like taxes and provided tax consultation and direction for millionaires. And he taught them how to make money and what to do with his money and blah, 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 blah. And so that is why so many of these billionaires and entertainers and famous people or people attached to multi-million-dollar companies were attached to him. Now, the gray area is that some of these people, well, let's take a step back. I think he baited some of those people into a relationship with him. And I think that this is based on the fact that he knows that his name rings bells for people who want to make money. And people who want to make money want to be in the room with him. And because of that desire, they'll go to a dinner with him and a round table where there are other millionaires and billionaires in the room. And they will use that as a way to potentially make more money and field more money into their businesses, operations, investments, blah, 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 blah. Additionally, because he had so much money, he would always be like perfect for like those people who are trying to start foundations. He had a lot of knowledge in that as well. And so I think that like Jeffrey Epstein was a master manipulator. He knew how to manipulate people to draw them to him. And I think that once you got into his world, then you either had to be okay with what was going on or turn a blind eye to it because you knew that this person was going to help you make money, was making you money, and was a necessary component of your success. So imagine if all of these people were baited into this. Now, the other thing is that they say he was not the person in charge. He was a worker bee. So who's running the entire operation? The bigger thing here is the politicians had to attach themselves to him too, because they had need that money to campaign. And so this is why they never wanted this to come out, because they are either going to have to ignore it in a way that unfortunately somebody has to go down for it. Ghislaine, baby girl, you're the fall guy because Epstein is not here anymore. Sorry. Actually, not sorry, because you're out of pocket in a lot of ways too. But beyond that, I'm just sitting here and I'm just thinking about how Jeffrey Epstein got all these people mixed up in all this stuff, and he ain't even here. And then while all this drama is unfolding, business owners and businesses are making decisions where they are getting rid of people, and some of these major leaders are going into hiding because their name are in these files and they don't want whatever's in there to get out. The other thing is, we also got to understand what's in the files is only a tip of the iceberg. Y'all do know that these people are smart enough to not talk about certain things in email, right? And y'all do know that they're talking in code, right? That whole pizza thing, that's not a coincidence. They're not talking about pizza. I don't know what they're talking about. But are y'all down this rabbit hole with me, or I'm by myself, girl?
Now here's my concern. With Epstein's network being as large as it is worldwide, to be in fact, there is variety. So blonde hair, blue eyes is not going to be always on the menu. We do know that BLK children go missing. We know that they're trafficked. There isn't a single photo, video log, or any trace evidence of them being anywhere near this. So this video right here makes me really wonder what happened to our people.
Technology that Peter and I are investing in is called SCNT, which takes the egg of a young, perfect woman specimen, takes the egg and takes out the nucleus and puts our DNA in the nucleus. They just go ahead and take it out. Huh? Yeah, a little bit. And this is part of this genetic greatness that we don't see in any other race on the planet. These curvy, sexy black women from Africa. You girls have a kind of a monopoly on this genetic perfection, and we want some of that. So, girls, for $100, we would pay you for your egg.
$100?
So how much do you want for it? Let's bid. I bid $500 for whoever I bid, he's going to outbid me.
I bought about $60,000 of eggs.
Yeah.
If you have abortion, that's very valuable. Umbilical cord, and placenta, even your period blood is so rich with stem cells. We regard it as waste, and it actually should be. It should be captured as recycled, and it shouldn't go to waste. It's life for somebody else, and it's life for mankind.
The best eggs are 16 to 18 years old. Those are the best eggs. As you get older, your eggs get weaker and weaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So you may not be our candidate.
No, that's fine. I'm down with my business anyway.
Because this right here is on some get ouch. You know what I'm saying? Now I really want to know what's in these redacted files that will not be released. The public already knows that those files contain murders and unspeakable behavior, unspeakable acts. So I want to know which children these unspeakable acts were happening to. Because this video right here just proves the importance of our melanin, of our blood. We don't see these kids walking around. They never resurface. There aren't any BLK survivors. So that's the question. Where are the missing BLK children and young women? Food for thought. Have a day out, sir.
Thanks for everyone seeing the children. Whew. Now I'm trying. I'm really trying. And I know you guys are smart enough to tie this together. I'm not trying to be coded. That's the best I can do.
You can always ask questions. We can try and clarify.
And she can talk a lot more clear about answering this stuff than me. I try to do it myself. But even talking about any of this stuff makes me fucked up.
As it would any survivor.
So thank you. That's an important part for you to know today. It really is. Thanks. I survived the islands.
I just got done watching the most recent episode of the Grits and Eggs podcast, and as always, he made great points, but this is one that I really want to expound on and create a conversation around. The reason why some of us, maybe a lot of us, aren't shocked by what's going on with the Epstein files or whatever is because, as he stated in the video, America was built off of human trafficking. America was not built by immigrants. America was built on the genocide of the natives and the enslavement of Africans. Saying that America was built by immigrants erases that as a fact and also creates the undertone and the connotation that those people came here by choice. They was eating the Africans. They was human trafficking the enslaved Africans. They were literally eating us. They were killing babies, eating babies, turning us into furniture. So yes, I hate that it's happening. It shouldn't happen to anyone, but for some people, it's not shocking. It's not surprising. If you were up to date on your American history, not even just African American history, because African American history is American history. If you were up to date and, you cared enough to seek out the knowledge on your own, you would know that they've been eating people. The elites, the government, been eating people. There was a point in time where African Americans weren't even considered human. We were 3/5 human. They literally looked at us as subhuman. So the same way they looked at horses, dogs, cats, and cows, they looked at black people. They've been eating us. They've been eating the children. They've been doing what they've been doing. Like, it's literally nothing new. As he stated in his video, cannibalism is legal in a lot of states here in America. I just think that that's something that we should think about. I feel like now it is only getting the attention that it's getting, and people care about it as much as because it's happening to little children with blonde hair and blue eyes. And this has been going on in America. That's why Donald Trump feel invincible, because his predecessors did it, and their predecessors did it, and their predecessors did it. This shit been going on. Of course, Donald Trump don't expect or assume any consequences to be brought down amongst him, because this the shit the founding fathers and his forefathers was doing. So do y'all really care that children are being eaten and trafficked, or do you only care because it's happening to white little kids? And I know some people care, obviously, but however, this shit been going on to us. Y'all only care because it's happening to them.
Nigerian women are not safe. In the Epstein files, there is somewhere where Jeffrey Epstein is writing a letter to this revolutionary biologist. I think his name is Robert Travis, something like that. And he's talking to him about how they are intending to study the bodies of Nigerian women because they are better designed for reproduction. Is it your first time hearing that? Now, before we get started, do you know a place called Igbora in Nigeria or your state? This place is known as the world's twins capital because of its number of twins, unusual number of twins. I mean, for every 1,000 births in this place, 50 of them are twins. Crazy, right? Now, scientists have been trying to uncover the reason for this unusuality. They've been trying to uncover, is it their food? Is it the water they drink? Is it genetics? Is it their ancestry? They have been trying to uncover this. White scientists for a while. And why they have been doing this, they are still unsure about the particular reason why the rate of twin in Igbora is of this extent. However, the Nigerian researcher Akinwole Fadoju from the University of Ibadan has conducted an extensive research on the rate of twins, and he has theorized that the soil, it's the soil, it's magic, it's environmental, and this soil is what they grow their food on, which brings us direct to what their dietary. Now, I don't know how popular this is, but how come we Nigerians don't take ourselves seriously? In fact, we Africans, we do not take ourselves seriously until somebody that is of a different skin color tells us to. How is this not mainstream? People have been visiting this place and people have been talking about this place. So what this researcher did, he brought some couples, some people to Igbora, people that had no ancestry to the Yoruba lineage, people, just random people. He brought them there and they stayed there, I think, for over a year, and they had twins. He sent the food to some of the people outside of the place, the food from Igbora, and some of them had twins. So basically, it has something to do with the environment, the soil, the food they consume, their dietary, everything of that sort. So in these Epstein files, Jeffrey already knows these things. And he's talking about how we are going to be studying the bodies of Nigerian women because they are fertile and their back is somehow and their hips are some. As a Nigerian woman reacting to the babies' pictures and videos of the horrid things they are doing to them in the Epstein file, don't forget that you're mentioned, and you could you could easily be a target because you have something that they want. You have something that they want to get to the root of.
The latest big revelation is that they have cannibalistic rituals. They ate Nat Turner, like literally. There's a book about it. The Epstein saga, the Epstein file, the most unsurprising, wholly American story. And the problem is, y'all don't learn Black history. Black history matters because it teaches you how America treats our most vulnerable populations. Aside from Native Americans, Black people were the original population subject to the perverse sexual proclivities of the elite of America. Sexual violence committed by powerful men was not a scandal, it was routine, especially when the victims had no legal protections because they weren't classified as people. During slavery, white enslavers couldn't be charged with raping Black women because it was literally not a crime. Then under Jim Crow, courts almost never prosecuted white men for sexual violence against Black women. Everybody talks about Rosa Parks, but nobody talks about how she started off her advocacy career advocating for women who are victims of sexual violence and who no one tried to protect or seek justice for. People talk about Epstein like he's this one-off insane example of elite power gone too far, but the reality is the files don't just expose one man, it exposes a system that literally Black people have been talking about for generations. So listen to Black women and a happy Black History Month.
Welcome back and thank you for watching the video. Experts often note that trafficking investigation can reveal complex systems involving manipulation, coercion, or economic vulnerability. As discussion continues to circulate online, some commenters are calling for further clarity into how alleged network operates and what oversight mechanism may have failed. The renewed debate highlights the ongoing challenges in understanding and addressing large-scale exploitation cases, especially with high-profile figures. This topic has gained traction due to continued public interest in document review, investigative journalism, and legal proceedings related to high-profile cases. Commentary online has focused on the broader patterns of alleged recruitment and how vulnerable individuals may have been approached with financial promises. Meanwhile, posts revealing past investigations are fueling debates around accountability and transparency. I really thank you for watching the video, and like I said before, if you're just seeing the video for the first time or you're coming across my channel for the first time, encourage and support me by subscribing to this channel. Tell me what you think about this particular video in the comment section. Like and share the video to help the channel out. You're welcome.